Hey, Sandra here with First Class RV Adventures, and thank you so much for tuning in to our channel. And today in this video, I'm going to show you how we plan our stops while we are traveling. How do we figure out where to stay? How do we find free campsites? And how do we find boondocking sites? So that's basically what I'm going to show you. So come on and join me. Let's check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, first class RV adventures. First class RV adventures. You gotta go one day soon and visit first class RV adventures.
Okay, so first thing, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. So I already have two websites open right here. That way you can check it out. Let me close this out. Okay, so the first website I'm going to show you is freecampsites.net. So it's already up here. Here you can, if you're planning a trip, you could actually hit Trip Planner and create your entire trip from point A to point B. So you would put in here the location where you're starting, the location where you're ending, and you could plan your route. But what I'm going to show you is how to find a campsite. So this is what I do a lot. Because we travel with kids and things are always unexpected, but like for example, right now we are heading out to Wellington for Nomad Fest. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, it's for the premiere of the RV Nomads movie, which we actually are cast in that movie. So I'm really excited. It's going to be an incredible documentary to inspire other people to kind of choose their own definition of freedom, what Lewis and I talk a lot about. But anyway, so because we are heading that way, we decided that we are going to stop at the Grand Canyon first because we have a little bit of time to play with. So what we do is that the location that we're at, so let's say I'm going to look nearby, right? So I click GPS and you can hit on request, real time. So this is totally up to you. How many, the dump station, so I'm gonna put 25 miles. I usually actually do this on my phone, so I know it's a little bit different. So I'm going to zoom in also. Oh, it's acquiring the GPS coordinates for us. And you can see that they have a legend here, free pay permit research. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and forget the GPS. I'm gonna do it without that. Okay. So I'm going to zoom in here. Okay, so, oh, it's saying please wait. So I have zoomed in enough. So you have to zoom in enough because if it's too big of an area, it's not able to kind of figure out, you have to be in an area. So free campsite wants to know your location. I'm actually going to do without the location. Okay, got it. So I'm just going to search here. So this is just where I happen to zoom in right now. All right, so if we are traveling, please wait, got it. All right, so we are traveling down this road right here. Let's use this main red road. So this right here looks like a dump station. So if I click it, it tells me it is Maverick, it's a dump station, and here's a Flying J dump station. Here is a campground. Now these you pay, the red ones, see up here the legend, you pay, and the green ones are free. So here is a Porcupine Dam. So somebody wrote, there are 8 or so sites below Porcupine Dam. Most sites have space for multiple campers, beautiful views. And then it shows you, it looks like there's a dump maybe there. There is, oh no, here, RV camping, tent camping, OHV, biking, boating, fishing, hiking, horse trails, and swimming. Wow, so this one is pretty cool. It's in Paradise, Utah. So I'm going to just click it. And when you click it, you could see it's a free campsite. It tells you the GPS coordinates. You can get directions. It tells you, this is public land, Fish and Wildlife Service. The road is paved. The road in is paved. So that's good to know when you're planning it. The dam closes in November, it looks like. There's no maximum RV length. That's something like we have to pay attention because we have a big rig. When you have a smaller rig, you usually don't have to worry about that. And you could stay up to 14 days at this place for free. So these are usually always dry camping, so you have to make sure your tanks are full of water, you have enough gas in your generator, or you're set up with solar. That way you have electricity and you have water, so you have to be self-contained. These are usually, very few of them have free electricity, but they are out there because I found, in every state, I find at least 2. Oh my goodness, we are at a reserve right now, and there are flies all over. Okay, currently it says, there are currently no reviews of this campsite. Oh, somebody did submit anonymously not too long ago, September 9th, telling us, you know, there are 8 or so sites below Porcupine Dam. Most sites have space for multiple campers. Beautiful views. But they didn't put any pictures. They gave it 4 stars. They're anonymous, so that's probably why it says currently no reviews. But this gives you a good idea. It also gives you the forecast. I think that's really good. And if this happens to be on the way, then maybe it's a place that we will stop. So this just kind of gives you an idea. Now let me show you Campendium. So Campendium, which if you did not see, I recently did a video showing you how I find free dump stations on Campendium. And this is also how I find free camping. So free camping, let's check out Arizona since that's where the Grand Canyon is. So I click Arizona, free camping. And the reason that I like to use both, Campendium's my personal favorite because I feel like the app, it has an app, first of all, for iPhone, and I have iPhone. So it's super user friendly, whereas freecampsites.net, I have to like log into the website and it's finicky and the phone is smaller. On the laptop, it's nice, but on the phone, it's smaller. And when we're on the road, it's kind of hard to like maneuver. But I like to use both because, for example, where we're at today, this was not listed on Campendium. I actually had to submit it to Campendium. I'm waiting for it to be approved. That way they can add it to their map. I found that one on, actually Lewis found it on freecampsites.net. So that's why I like to go between both of these. And these are the 2 that I use. There are more out there. Actually, there's one right now in the works, which I'm really excited about. It's called My Spot Story, which that one, what I'm really excited about is that it's going to have, you know, a map and it's going to be just like this interactive. But what I love is that this one is also going to have people's stories shared with it. So like, for example, our first trip out of Florida as a full-time RV family, where we went to, that story behind it, those feelings. And the cool thing is that our kids in the future can read all these little spots that we shared in My Spot Story. So that's something that I am going to let you guys know once it's like fully released and out there. But that one's in the works and that one is super exciting. I'm really excited about that project. Okay, so here we go. So here is Arizona. So obviously there's a lot of places, right? So what you could do is kind of zoom in. I'm just kind of zooming in. Or you can type up here. I'm going to type Grand Canyon, Arizona. Okay, so let's check this out. And you can see there's state parks, national forests, national parks, free camping, RV parks. So this gives you an idea of how to look for things. So when you click it, so I'm going to click this one down here. This is called Point Sublime. It is the north rim of the Grand Canyon. So the north rim at this time of year is going to be colder. The north rim actually closes very soon. So I'm just going to click it just to check it out, get an idea. Point Sublime. Okay, so it's letting me know, you know, it's open seasonally, the elevation there, the max day, you could have tent camping, and it is dirt. They give us the exact GPS coordinates. They also give us the official website. There's also a phone number there, which that's nice. So far, one person has reviewed this location. Something I like about Campendium is that people sometimes also tell you how their cell service is there, which for us, it's important because I work strictly online. So I like to know if I'm going to have service ahead of time. I also use our providers, like I look at their coverage maps, so that's another way. But it's nice when somebody's there, physically there, and really can tell you like, hey, and you can see when they post this. So this was done 2015. It's been a while since anybody's reviewed this place. But this person stayed there 2 nights. They stayed at site number 1. They are traveling in an earth roamer, so they do have a smaller vehicle. So this is good for me to kind of figure out, will we fit, right? So this person says Point Sublime is well sublime. Pick up your permit. Oh, so you need to get a permit from the ranger station on the North Rim. There are 2 campsites at the point. Each has room for 2 vehicles. The road to get there is quite long and twisty dirt road, so this gives you an idea of how the entrance is going to be. When we were there, there were a few sections of deep sand. You can get most any sort of car back there, but you should have some experience driving off-road. It's not a place you want to get stuck. Keep your eyes peeled for bison, even in the woods. We came across one blocking the road, so that's kind of cool if you want to see some wildlife. Near the campsite at that point, you will have to drive across a fairly exposed ridge that is only slightly wider than your vehicle, with nothing but air on either side. Wow. There are a few places to turn around and plan on spending a couple of hours getting from the pavement to the campsite. Oh my God, so it's a couple of hours drive just to get in there. So it's probably not a place that we would go with our huge rig. It sounds kind of scary actually. So that's why this is good. And you know, it lets you know there is a bathroom at the campsite, no trash, no water, just amazing, incredible, stunning views. So if we were tent camping, this would be amazing. If this person had a blog post, it would be tied here, and then you could click amenities and it tells you dry camping, you know, there is a vault toilet, dispersed camping. So this is a great way. Oh, and there's pictures. So you can always click the pictures and kind of see, wow, these views are incredible. So to get here for views, I think, man, it would be beautiful to camp there just for these. Look at the bison. This is probably the bison they had in the middle of the road. Can you imagine seeing one of those things in your campsite? And as you move on the map, it automatically just starts like giving you, see, all the campsites. And the little poopy emojis are the dump stations. The green ones are usually free, but not always. So you have to click on them to see if they are. You could put filters on this, which I like too, that you want only free ones. Oh, it already has that filter. You could put, let's say you're looking for hookups. You could look for hookups. Here, I'll do it so that you guys can see. Oh, no results. So it gives you an idea like, okay, there is nothing that is free. Oh, look, there's one that's free in Idaho and it has full hookup. So that gives you an idea. I'm going to take this off because it's, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to check Utah. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And the P's, if you're wondering what those are parking lots. So like Walmart, Cabela's, Cracker Barrel. This is a overnight street parking, Walmart. So if these are on the route, which we stop a lot in those, if they're on the route, Walmarts are easy on and off. We could stock up on groceries. Our last Walmart stop, we actually needed a new mop. So we got that and couple of groceries. So this gives you an idea. Also rest areas, those are usually the P's that you see here. When you do this, create an account, put reviews, that way people can see. This was done this summer, so it's pretty recent, but it gives you an idea of how it looks when you get there. And I love that because we have a huge rig, so kind of seeing, you know, are we gonna be able to turn around? How is the road? It gives us a great idea. So this is how we choose where we are going to stop either for the night or for a couple of nights. Sometimes we do travel with 2 little ones. They're currently 3 and 5. So traveling with them means that we have to travel wisely. We can travel super fast because they do get exhausted and they need our time and attention. Right now they're actually fishing with dad while I'm catching up on work. I also work online, so I have to regroup myself and get work done too. So we're just traveling, I kind of get backed up. So we are here to regroup for a couple of days, and then we will head to the Grand Canyon. We'll probably just do like 2 stops in between, overnighters, and then we will be there for a couple days or so, and then we'll make our trek to Wellington. So this is exactly how I do it. This is exactly how I figure it out. And when it's on my phone while we're driving, it's wonderful because I will be like, you know, Lewis is like, I'm getting kind of tired. So we also go by that. And I'm like, okay, we have a Walmart that we could stop in 30 minutes or so, or we have like an hour. He'll kind of give me like how tired he is. And that's how or we need some water, we need dump stations. So while we're driving, I'm able to, okay, this one is right off the exit, and I kind of check it out, see if we fit, all that fun stuff. If there's a phone number, I call and I figure out, do you also have water that we could fill up with? Because some dump stations don't have water. So this is how we do it. It works wonderful for us. We love it. It is such a great way to figure out where we are staying. So I highly recommend checking both of those out, creating accounts, put your own reviews as well. And one more thing, we finally decided to go ahead and get on Patreon. We wanted to get to know you, our fans, our followers, a little bit more. We want to know more about where you like to travel to, what your aspirations are. We are all about mindset, so we are going to be talking a lot about that there. I love it because on Patreon, it is a private feed for our Patreons, and they will be getting exclusive behind the scenes. Like right now, all of this behind the scenes to Nomad Fest, they have videos up there already. This doesn't officially launch until October 1st, but if you go in today and become a Patreon for as little as $3, that's it, you can go ahead and see a ton of behind the scenes. And the reason we did Patreon is to get to know everybody on a much deeper, smaller community level. It's not as public, and we're able to share things that we probably wouldn't share in public, you know, bloopers, deleted scenes, all that fun stuff. So you can go ahead and check that out. The link will be in the description below. If you are interested in supporting us, we really, really appreciate you, because this is a great way for us to be able to continue providing videos and getting to know you just at a much deeper level. I think it's so important to build a community and know who is into what we're into. I think it's incredible. And hey, maybe if we're in your town, we could go ahead and have some coffee, which I think would be amazing. I love coffee. So just putting it out there. And I'm so glad that you joined and tuned in today. I hope you found this video helpful. If you haven't subscribed, we are going to be bringing a lot of videos like this, kind of sharing how we do our traveling and what we use and all of these fun things that make traveling possible for us and a little bit easier, you know, between apps and websites. So don't forget, my name is Sandra with First Class RV Adventures, where we support your dreams. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in.